Welcome to the listening section of the TOEFL mock test, brought to you by Spinta. This section measures your ability to understand conversations and lectures in English. In this section, you will listen to several conversations and academic lectures. Each conversation and lecture is followed by a number of questions. You will hear each conversation or lecture only one time. You may take notes while you listen. You may use your notes to help you answer the questions. Some of the questions will replay part of the audio for you. Answer the questions based on what is stated or implied by the speakers. You must answer each question before moving on. You cannot return to previous questions in this section.
Good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about urban ecosystem services and how green infrastructure can deliver multiple benefits in cities. When we say ecosystem services, we mean the benefits that human societies receive from ecosystems. These include provisioning services like food and water, regulating services like flood control and temperature moderation, supporting services such as nutrient cycling, and cultural services including recreation and aesthetic values. Cities are often viewed as separate from nature, but they actually host many ecosystems that can supply these services if we plan for them. Street trees, parks, wetlands, green roofs, and vegetated swales are examples of urban green infrastructure. I will focus on three main functions of green infrastructure. First, stormwater management. Second, local climate regulation. Third, biodiversity and habitat connectivity. On stormwater management, a growing body of research shows that green roofs can retain a substantial portion of rainfall. Typical retention values range from 30 to 60% of annual precipitation, depending on soil depth and plant cover. This is important because reducing runoff decreases the load on combined sewer systems and lowers the incidence of urban flooding during intense storms. Second, temperature regulation. Vegetation provides shading and evapotranspiration. Studies in temperate cities find that densely vegetated neighborhoods can be 2 to 5 degrees Celsius cooler than nearby paved areas during heat waves. Lowering urban temperatures reduces heat-related illnesses and also cuts energy demand for air conditioning, which has knock-on effects for greenhouse gas emissions. Third, biodiversity. Green corridors and native plantings on streets and in parks provide habitat for pollinators and birds. Even small patches can act as stepping stones that connect larger natural areas. Let me give you two short case studies. In Toronto, the introduction of a green roof bylaw in the early 2000s incentivized new green roofs on large buildings. This led to increased retention of rainfall on rooftops and measurable reductions in peak runoff in some watersheds. A second example is the greening of a former railway line into an elevated park. That project increased local biodiversity by adding native plant species and created a popular recreational space. It also had economic benefits by raising nearby property values. Now it is important to recognize trade-offs and limitations. Green infrastructure is not a panacea. It often requires upfront investment and long-term maintenance. For instance, small shrubs and street trees need regular pruning and irrigation in their early years. If we only build parks without planning maintenance budgets, they will fail within a decade. This is why successful projects combine ecological design with institutional planning. Multidisciplinary teams that include ecologists, engineers, urban planners, and community stakeholders achieve better outcomes. We should also consider equity. Access to quality green space is uneven across many cities. A focus on distribution is necessary to ensure that the health and heat mitigation benefits reach vulnerable populations. Finally, I want to mention measurement and monitoring. Metrics such as percent runoff reduction, surface temperature differences, and species richness are useful. Adaptive management uses these metrics to modify designs over time. To summarize, green infrastructure provides regulating services like flood control and cooling, supports biodiversity, and offers cultural benefits. But it needs maintenance, interdisciplinary planning, and fair distribution to be effective. In the next class, we will examine design principles for green roofs and streetscapes and run a small exercise on quantifying stormwater retention.
Listen again to part of the lecture, then answer the question.
If we only build parks without planning maintenance budgets, they will fail within a decade.
For more TOEFL mock tests, as well as IELTS and Cambridge practice, visit www.spinta.org. We provide updated tests every single day, AI feedback for your speaking and writing responses, and access to a wide range of high-quality mock tests to help you prepare with confidence.